bienvenidos. Hi, welcome. Hola.
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 Hi, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Owner.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank
this
you.
is
You're very welcome.
a great place.
Thank you. We opened in October of last year, so we're kind of brand new. And we really like to do business in Mississauga. So.
Well, I remember when you opened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I currently represent the ward right next to you. So Port Credit, Lakeview,
Yeah.
Applewood, Sherway, Orchard Heights, that whole area. So this is just on the other side of that divide.
We're very close.
And so I've heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot about you. So, and all positive, like very positive things.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have you found business to be since you've opened?
It's very good. I also live here. I was living like 10 minutes away, so I already
Fantastic.
knew the area and I really like it. So when I saw the opportunity, I was like, yeah, this is great. We have our first location is in Etobicoke, that 5 years ago, but I was always looking to come into Mississauga because I think it's a great place.
I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, what we do here is like this very also cultural, like very traditional food that we do. These are my recipes from my family, my grandma, and what we try to do in this restaurant is kind of evoke that, like our tradition from the family.
Well, you can see some of the pieces that you have here as well.
Exactly. I have pictures of my family. As I said, these are really like family recipes, and we try to keep it as much as traditional as we can, right? Like with the same ingredients, the same way, and people really like it. So it's.
Well, I can see why.
Yeah, come on.
Absolutely.
Look here, this is the area of the bar, and then we have here the dining. On Saturdays we have live music. We have Mexican music. Mariachi comes every Saturday, sometimes Friday, but mostly on Saturday. So people really like it. They enjoy it. And we have also a small patio that we're hoping in summer to open. The patio, yeah.
Patio?
It's a small one right now, but yeah, we have also the option for the patio.
This is something that I was very passionate about passing at the city. When we had the pandemic on, the biggest problem was only takeout at the time. You couldn't have dine-in. Well, this is not right. And then when they allowed it, they allowed only a few people in.
Yeah.
Had to be spaced out. I understand. My biggest problem is nobody could make their numbers work. You can't make a profit.
Exactly.
You can't keep the lights on. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay yourself. You can't pay your staff. So I said, well, what about the patios? So we had patios in Port Credit. I said, so let's waive the fees on that so people don't have to pay for that.
Exactly.
Then if you have a parking lot, if you have a parking space out front,
You can make
if you have it anywhere across the city,
patio.
use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what it was this. It was a parking, and they built the patio here.
So we did it for 2 years. Then I rolled it off for another 2 years. Now I'm doing it
for another 2.
forever.
I know.
But, so fees will come in after 2 years. We've got 2 more years of no fees, but you'll be able to have patios
that's
outside in
great.
parking lots and on front grasses and everything like this forever.
Yes,
People really enjoy. I mean, we have only a few months to have nice weather, so we have to really enjoy
We
it.
are here.
And do you find, has your revenue gone up?
Oh yeah,
with the patio?
summer is we're up.
Yeah, and that's what you really want to have, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
because I know that some of the restaurants I've spoken to, 50% of their revenue comes in the summertime.
In the
from
summer,
patios.
exactly. To be honest, winter is when we kind of resist until we get a summer when it's really good. So yeah, so I mentioned I have my family here. I have some pictures.
These are some of your family?
Yeah, this is my grandma.
That's your grandma?
My grandfather, the other grandfather.
Oh,
My grandfather also used to have restaurants in U.S. when he was young. Yeah. Then he had a food factory. And this is my other grandma. This was the one that cooked the recipes
That you got
from.
some recipes?
Yeah, so she
And
passed
who's
it to
this
me.
gentleman here?
This is also my grandpa.
That's also your grandpa?
Yeah. So I try to evoke, and what I like here, our clients are mostly families. are also seniors, for example. So they really enjoy, kind of feel cozy here, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's a family environment.
exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So
I love the lamp, like you said.
that's what we want. Like it's like you go into house to your grandma, right? When you go to a grandma's house, you feel welcome, you feel cozy.
And that's
And
far
that's-
apart from Mexico.
This is Mexico City. Yeah, this is one of the main buildings. It's Bellas Artes. It's a building for how do you say, arts.
Like the living arts.
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
like the living
Yeah.
arts. There's the ballet,
performances.
performance.
Yeah.
This is our main. It's El Ángel de la Libertad. It's a statue. It's one of the. It invokes the liberty in Mexico. That's also one of the sculptures in front of the. Of Bellas Artes. So I just want to evoke a little bit of Mexico, because also when people think about Mexico, they only think about burritos and sombrero and tequila. And we have a lot of cultures.
There's a lot,
We
yeah.
have a lot, like artisans.
Sure.
Like our food is, it has been like worldwide, like a value, like artistic, because it's really.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very it's a long process to prepare the food. Like, and it has passed through many generations. And yeah, so when people say burritos, that's like 0.11% of our kitchen, right? So here, what we try is to kind of teach the people. Like, we have different places that they have never heard about it, but they like it. They're really good. And
But you're keeping the traditions alive as well.
Exactly.
And not just alive, but thriving. Because you're
Exactly.
introducing it to everybody as well.
Exactly.
So you're getting the word out to everybody.
Yeah. And when we see here also, Canadian people are very open to the culture, right? So
Yeah.
they don't get scared. They want to try, and they say, oh yeah, I've been one in Mexico, and I try it, and they love it.
We're a city that gets known for being so diverse.
Exactly.
And all in one spot.
What's best?
You know, you can basically visit the world all in Mississauga.
Exactly.
Like, how
and that's
incredible is that?
riches you cannot
Yeah.
buy, right? It's just
No,
create
it's
with the
incredible
people.
to have that.
Yeah.
And we're really gifted with having that because of everybody coming in. But this is where all the opportunity is now too.
Exactly.
We've got 50 years under our belt. We know where we have been. It's where we're going next. This is the exciting part of where we're going with the city, and how we can do different things, animate different areas, whether it's parking lots for people to have meals in, have festivals, music, performances, art. We're just getting started in terms of how we define as architecture, and then also moving people around, how we do that. This is going to be a really interesting part of our city's history, and also watching the dollar, because, you know, there's only one taxpayer, and people can't afford it. A lot of people get house rich and they get cash poor, and I'm also very mindful of that
Yeah,
too.
no, exactly.
I'm only one of 2 councillors that actually voted against the regional budget. They came in at 4.5%.
Yeah.
Our city one was 2.3, so you add those two together, that was almost 7%. So it's too much.
Yeah.
So we need to do better. So I voted against it because I don't want to sacrifice services, but I know when we're spending billions of dollars a year on a budget, that you can find efficiencies, that you can do things, you can cut back what you're going to the taxpayer with, and you can still deliver great quality services to people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and because with any large organization, there's always fat to get trimmed. So that's what I think we really need to look at that as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Bueno, terminamos por el día de hoy y qué mejor que cerrar en un restaurante mexicano, que ustedes saben que México es conocido por todo el mundo, ¿no? Entonces, Istra, de verdad que mil gracias por habernos permitido estar acá en tu restaurante. Thank you so much, because today we closed our tour in the Mexican restaurant. And thank you, Steven. Thank you. And
Gracias por ustedes por venir. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. This is so important. Truly, the Latin community in Mississauga is so rich, and it's vibrant, and it's one that truly, I believe, the greatest is yet to come. And I want to thank so much for Isabel for organizing our tour today and going through all the very important businesses, but not just that, it's the important network that is all coming together, where everybody works together to make sure that everybody does well and grows and has the awareness out there as well on what incredible community that we have here.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. And for us, for the Latin community, really, it's so important. It's so important that you, the politician, and everyone who work with the community, with the city, knows that we, the Latin people, are here in Mississauga to help the city, to project to help with the grow up, the community to grow up, and of course to contribute for the economy from this city of Mississauga.
Well, thank you, and thank you all truly for investing in the community, investing in Mississauga, and I believe our greatest is yet to come, and that's we're going to do it all together.
Yeah, and you know, it's my first time, and congratulations, and I am so happy, really, and I am so happy that we have the restaurant, the Mexican restaurant here in Mississauga and Lakeshore. Really, and I'm impressed because it's beautiful. Congratulations, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Recomendamos este restaurante, un nuevo restaurante abierto aquí en la ciudad de Mississauga y es mexicano aquí, así que los esperamos acá en Titas. Titas, mira, Titas Traditional Mexican Food. Entonces ya saben, otro restaurante mexicano aquí en la ciudad de Mississauga.